Hello everyone and welcome. This is Jennifer Rizzio, founder and spiritual director of Soul Language, and this video is about your sacred practice, and it's for the Spiritual Renegade Platform program. So, how important is a sacred and spiritual practice? Very important. It's key to your foundation. Without that kind of turning towards north, you can feel very ungrounded, very unsupported, and very like a ship without any sails. So there's 4 parts to creating a sacred practice or a spiritual practice. You could use either one. The first part is connection. That's about tuning in. It's about really spending time with yourself and whatever you call your higher power. So here's the thing. If you use for your higher power, universe, God, divine, spirit, blah, 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 and don't have a real name that you resonate or won't accept the name that you resonate with, you're already behind the 8 ball in creating separation. So you can let go of all of that religion that you grew up with and really create a solid relationship by claiming what you call the divine. I call that God. It took me years to call that source God. It doesn't matter what you call it as long as you resonate with that name. So, the first step for you is to come up with a name that you call your higher power. Stick with it. See how it feels. See when you say that name, how it feels in your being. Now, you want it to feel like you're talking to your best friend. You want it to feel like you're talking to your soulmate. You want it to feel as though this is the one energy that is going to accept and love you no matter what, because those are the facts. So connection. You need a name for that source. Then you get to spend time in that connection, whether that's connecting and journaling, whether that's meditation, whether that's simply taking a shower and being willing to listen. Connection is key. The second part of a sacred practice is conversation. Goes like this. What do I need to know today, Divine? What should I be looking for? I'm struggling. What do you have guidance to tell me? What have I been overlooking? What are my gifts and talents? Tell me, express me, show me in my body how much you love me. Conversation is key. Why? If you were in a relationship with someone and you weren't having a conversation, how would you feel? It's the same about yourself and the divine. So be open to experiencing a new conversation between you and the divine. Third, commitment. Okay, here's the thing. I know that you like to kind of scrimp on your sacred practice. I know that you put that on the last thing on your list. I get that. It's a very renegade thing to do. Committing to your relationship with the divine, committing to your relationship with yourself, being in that commitment, not only during your sacred practice, but throughout your day, is really key in creating a good foundation for yourself. So what's your commitment here? How committed are you to you? How committed are you to changing your life? And if you're not that committed, how do you up that commitment? And how does this lack of commitment impact the rest of your life? Is your foundation a foundation of commitment to yourself and to collaborating with the divine, or is it based on mistrust? So, you get to have a willingness today to expand your commitment. And the fourth one is embodiment. How are you going to embody that sacred practice in every aspect of your life? That's about walking and being your sacred practice. So, if during your sacred practice, during that time of conversation, you hear, Jennifer, be more compassionate, it's my choice to embody that throughout the day. That pipeline that we do when we connect ourselves to the divine, that is actually helping that energy come and vibrate the cells and dissolve the patterns that have been in your body. So, it is my suggestion that you do that pipeline exercise each day. We're going to go through it right now. So take a deep breath, focus on your tailbone, close your eyes, and feel your pipeline to the divine. And allow yourself to be this open, divinely inspired channel of love. And allow that divine energy, and only divine energy, to fill you fully and completely with love, abundance, joy, compassion, whatever you and your body and soul need today. If there's one thing you do in your sacred practice each day, I suggest that one. And I would bring in different tools. As a renegade, you need to up your sacred practice. If you journal every day, you're going to be bored. So collect a bunch of them, whether it's journaling, whether it's reading, whether it's listening to an audio, as part of your sacred practice, to hear guidance that you might otherwise not have access to. In other words, being a conduit to guidance. So sometimes we're unwilling to hear the truth of our own soul, and it can come through another source. So my sacred practice looks like this. I get up, I connect, I ask a question, I listen, I do a spiritual mind treatment, which is an affirmative prayer. I read a passage from Mary Morrison's book. I ask again, I feel that pipeline. And I really just sit in that energy. And then the last statement I ask is, what else do I need to know today? What's the next divinely inspired action? And then I set my intention. So again, your sacred practice has 4 parts: connection, conversation, commitment, and embodiment. It's up to you to choose each of those levels and create your own sacred practice. And switch it up, because as a renegade, you're going to get bored very quickly, with the caveat that you have to commit to doing the sacred practice. Boredom doesn't mean that you can skip your sacred practice. And I want you to start to chart it. See what happens when you continue your sacred practice for a week. See what emotions are flowing through your life. See what opportunities. I want you to understand the out-picturing. And here's another thing. When life is good, we often stick to our sacred practice. When life is bad, it's the first thing that goes out the window. In committing to a sacred practice each day, you're creating a foundation, so no matter what happens throughout your day, you can feel that baseline. You can turn towards truth. You can feel rock solid. That's what a good foundation does. It allows you to feel and know that you're supported and provided for no matter what is out-picturing in your life. It allows you to feel that deep connection and that deep love and that deep support to the divine. That's what you've been asking for. So open up to it. So, today and every day I'm going to challenge you to commit to your sacred practice. Commit to connection. Commit to conversation with you and your soul and the divine. Commit to the commitment, and then commit to embodying it. So everything you hear, everything you feel, everything you sense, every guidance you receive from the divine, your ultimate question can be, how do I embody this? Explain that, show me. What do I get to accept, let go of, allow, or activate to embody this truth? Thank you for spending your time with me today, and thank you for being a renegade. Talk to you soon. Bye.